Yes, indeed. A big welcome to the Portland, Liberia, and beautiful Friday evening here. Uh, uh, sorry. um, and it's the 9th of February. This is unbelievable to me. The 9th of February. I mean, for 2024. But in any case, let me say welcome to you and welcome to my colleague Paul, the Lord Chinople, in the UK. And hopefully we'll be joined by Jima Kamara. And tonight is going to be very interesting because a lot of things on the plate to talk about. Um, you can take your seat, get glued to your seat, and let's go through the storms together. It's a storms of information. Okay, so let me say welcome to you, Paul, and tell me exactly how do you feel on this beautiful Friday evening.
Well, good evening, Linfa, and good evening to our viewers from my end. I'm feeling good and I'm excited to be back on the Borderland Liberia. And this is the weekend. I know it is what it is to feel good and come back here and have a good conversation tonight. So, and what about you and your end?
Oh, great. The only sad news I have, which is not a sad for us in Norway, is that um, since the week that is ending today, the working days ending today, Friday, brother, from last Sunday, the lowest we have, or the warmest we have had was 17, but today was 21. And can you imagine, man? I couldn't almost start car this morning. Luckily for me, I got warmer, so I plug in the night, and then in the morning it helps me to start. Okay, so I have two cars. The other one couldn't start. That's the one I love to use because it's much better. It couldn't start, so I had to go to the old one, the one that I told. They say the rejectors too, because the
Yeah.
cornerstone for the house, right? Yeah. So I said, well, let me start. Let me try. If then you were not starting, it had to start. What was old one? But saying unplug, let me get try. When I kick it, it started. I said, okay, thank God. So you see, it's been really cold here, and according to the weather report, it's going to be cold until Sunday morning before we start to drop to maybe 10, 15, like that. But today is 21, 19, 20, 21, just like
Wow.
that.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Wow.
the air is dry to the point where when you're walking in the snow, you hear that sound. That means it's really dry. The humidity is really low. So um
Man.
yeah, that's the only thing. But other than that, we have something we say in Norway here, we say good economy in bad weather. So our weather is bad, but the economy is good. So you can have everything, man.
And the bad economy in good weather, like Liberia, the
Yeah, the
opposite
bad. See,
side. The
if
good
you
weather,
remember one time I said, God can cheat. God is fair. God can give you everything, bro. God give you plenty children. You will not be rich man. God give you plenty money, so now you can get children, or you can get good relationship. So the thing is balance. Because if you have everything,
so
the other
so
people
so
will not have anything. you
so
know.
that means other countries around all that looking good. The Ivory Coast have followed their football recent time. I've been seeing some video the last time in Abidjan, the play has changed. So what the people saw us now that have good weather and everything going good, just we next to and things just going bad for us. So
Yeah,
that
but
Gold Coast.
I don't think it's that bad for us as well because I mean our city may not be developed, but there are certain things that the Afroans do and I enjoy too. So that they can say, "Hey, God, we wish we were like Liberians." You see, America with all the good economy, with everything, the whole world want to go to America, but they also got certain things that people don't like. One crazy guy will get mad at one person. He can't go
So
into it,
Limfa,
start
you
killing
see,
people.
I let the way you can start the thing here. In the French people consider Abidjan Petit France,
Mhm.
Africa Coast, and Senegal. In the region, it's the only country on the continent, Africa, that is linked with America. So most Africans refer to all, or the French will say Petit American. But are we come closer to the toenails of the country that we copy? So God not fair on us.
No, you see, the thing is, uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how God does his judgment. You see, God, somewhere in the Bible, I think out of Romans or Hebrews, the Bible says, I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So God said, it's just like the president in Liberia, how we can say, right? That the president right to a point who you want. So God said, all the noise of making. So now you see your sinner, bad man, the whole world rejected man. I go, I can say, the man, a good man, come to me, nobody will question me. The same way I can look at the man who everybody say he good, your pastor is dead, time for judgment. I say, my man, go to hell. And the whole place will be like, wow. So God said, I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So God can decide, say, well, Liberia, you will not have good city. So the whole Sony when you'll be looking at, then the jewelry will be full of booger and baba thing. But certain thing I'll bless always.
Hmm.
Then I'll bless America. But the America that will bless tornado can take place there. Hurricane. Our country will poor, but how many times here hurricane take place like bro or tornado? So you always blessed with something else. You know,
So Africa's blessed,
yeah, Africa they blessed with certain
meaning
things.
blessed.
That's
So
certain
what
things they do
happened?
have.
You don't think that you didn't think God mad with Liberia because if people that butt naked and be pastor, Prince Johnson and be pastor, you think that somebody think that God is
Yeah,
very
but you see
angry
again,
with letting
then
them.
I come back to the power force I just quoted to you.
Is it?
Why would we be thinking that Paul Nicky and Prince Johnson are the worst people in Liberia? God will just say, no, you're open again, let Prince Johnson can go inside. And then we'll
But
be
even
sending
Joe, we
with
had a
about,
pastor too in Liberia. People take mockery of God. So you think God vexed with everybody? And
well, that's
our
what I say.
president, my
It's God
uncle,
who
the
decides.
president, he's a deacon too. So everything
Yeah,
like so not
it's God who decides. God will decide whether Prince Johnson and the bad people. And I think you see, God is such the same God in the same Bible. God say, "I'm a just God," so God cannot cheat. God will not cheat in favor of me against you, or in favor of you against me. So
my man.
if God knows that Prince Johnson is I mean, we're using Prince Johnson name because we're warlords, right? So sorry, we are not judging him. We are not because the Bible says judge not that he be judged. So we are not judging him, but we only using his
Well,
name because
this not about judging the man is a notorious murderer, and that's the fact. So it can be he did it on television. We all saw it, so we can't say we're
yeah,
judging
but
him. So
again,
if God
so
is
we're
that
dealing
can
with
be
God that God will
pastor,
decide.
then I already curse on Liberia.
Well, but we want to say welcome to our viewers. Let's welcome some new names I'm seeing here. Adibayo Toyep. We don't know where he's watching from, but he's watching. He already liked our video. So at the bio, I'm sure the next time we come on here, you'll be notified. And then we have Caroline Gamio. And Caroline Gamio, I don't know where she's watching from as well. Augustine Yenswa Daniels. Uh, he said, chill. I know, I know what to say. Man, say chill. Well, Augustine Yenswa Daniel, if you stay there, we'll let me say welcome. Make this place your home. And Francis Mensa, our own man, is following. I guess he cannot come on tonight, but Francis, if you want to come on, just notify me. You know how, and then we can bring you on. So, guys, we're going to be discussing a very interesting issue tonight. Like I said, we're going to be talking about Paul. You know, some of the things we'll be talking about, right? This one has been in the news for long. In fact, from the campaign days about asset declaration. The president or Kennedy at the time, Joe Boakai, promised the Liberian people that from day one, if he wins, which he did, from day one, he was going to declare his asset. And the day one, he pushed it to 100 days. But within the 100 days, he has now declared his assets. We'll be talking about that. And we'll also be talking about something that people say had not happened before to audit the members of the House of Representatives will be audited, and that initiative is being spearheaded by the new House Speaker, Speaker Fonati Kofa, while the executive is also heading its own auditing uh, issues by naming certain areas that we'll be talking about, and also there is some controversial appointment that may, according to the newspaper, that may bring some embarrassment to the government, and so that appointment remains controversial. We don't know whether the appointment will go through, and if it goes through, we don't know that person will be confirmed by the House of Senate. But Paul, want to take a musical break. If you have something to tell our viewers, after that, we're going to take a musical break. And when we come back, we'll go directly into business. I don't know if Paul is hearing me or is it my connection, or my connection is unstable according to what he's telling me.
I think I can hear you, Linford. I'll tell our viewer, welcome to the bottom line. This is where we discuss the issue, and the issue that we discuss is based on facts and evidence that we produce here. So to those of you who follow on for the first time, kindly share the show. Yes, so we can take a musical break while we share the show.
My people, where you at? Where you at? Wake up from your slumber, stop sleeping. Whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your hands, whip your. Come on, come on, come on. I know you're sleeping now. Y'all gotta wake up some more, yeah? Okay, let's go. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. So much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they will not go. I said we tired with their lies, we tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with their speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us, you screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us. The government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the borrow. I said no one to trust. My people no one to hope on. Nobody. My hope that I have been broken. I'm telling you, brother. So where are the schools? Where are the roads? Where are the jobs that they say they could afford? But they're too selfish. The people tired with their rhetoric. People tired, they tired. You see the reason why we ask why the government betray. They have enough for time, but yeah, then instead they delay. People suffer. No work for people crying for hunger. Look at. Your vision and your mission, your intention to the nation, they poor. You got nothing to show. Nothing. So, why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. They lie. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much. I said they lie. The people fool us, the people lie to us, the government betray us. They can lie, they can steal, they go knock the borrow. We tired with their promises that led us to all our damages. We tired with that speech they preach indeed, and now unique they deceive us. The thing we saw, it frustrates us. So why did you lie? Why did you steal? Why did you allow the citizens to beat? You see, we just tell you that why we voted you. But you fool us. You screw us, you use us and later on abuse us. So why? The government should lie. Why? But that's the question that we ask. The people fool us. The people lie to us. The government betray us. They betray us so much.
Okay, welcome back. The Bottom Line Liberia. We discuss the issues here. We we do not inflate anything. We do not lie. We do not go after people, abusing them, insulting people, undermining people. No, we don't do that. We tell you what we see, what we know, and what you even know. That's what we discuss here. So, Paul, um, I want you to welcome some of our viewers. If you can see some of them name, and then from there we can start going to business. Oh, you are mute, Paul, I think.
Well, welcome to the bottom line to our viewers. I see our own sister Lucretia Nelson is also following us. Francie Mensa is following us. Welcome to the bottom line from my end here. That's what I can see. I don't know what you're looking at over there, Linfa. You want to
Okay, I see
tell?
Adebayo Toyep is watching us. Caroline Canio, also Francis Mensa, like you said, Augustine Yeswa Daniels. When I hear this name, Augustine Yeswa, it takes my mind back long to a friend, uh, Augustine Yeswa, who was, a very good friend of mine, a big brother also. And then he and the late my friend, the late Tia Fakati, they all were involved in that tragic accident at Cadley Junction. So the name Augustine Yeshua Daniels, uh, it brings my mind back. But I want to say welcome to all of you whose names we cannot see because most of you are logging via uh, Jalas TV from Liberia, so we do not have access to that to see or who is logging there. But if you log in onto Jala TV from Liberia, we say welcome. Please tag your friends, invite your friends. Just, all you do, just share the show. Just share that link you got it, the link you're watching from. Just share it to all the contacts that you have, and we'll all join you so that we can all have a good time together. Well, we said we're gonna have enough information for you tonight. And one of the first one we'll be looking at actually will be bringing you things that you know already or things that you have heard already. It's not going to be something that we will invent. So the first thing we'll be bringing you is this one. Let me see if I can uh, make it bigger. Well, if I know that's not the first one. That's not the first one. The first one will be I will get it. Okay, the first one will be this one. Hmm? So just be patient. This is technology. We got to get it correctly. So the first one we're going to be bringing you will be this one. Mm-hmm. Like I said, sorry. We have to carefully select what we want to give you because we don't want you carrying wrong information. So if you're looking on the screen there, this is what we want to bring you. Probably I can make it bigger so you can see. Liberia. President Boakai declares assets. Paul the Lord, children play. You are one of those people who have been following events from the campaign days until today. You've always been one of those people who try to hold people to account. That if they say, I'll bring down the sky, you be there. Like we can say, like, bro, you be there, that person must do what they say. Even if you know that it's impossible, but you still say they should do it. Last week, you and I were on a show here, and we were talking about this thing here. You say, my man, the president say he will declare asset. The president say he will declare asset. Let him declare asset. Now the president had declared the assets. Are you satisfied?
Linfa, look, I'll say to our viewers, welcome to the bottom line. Look, to my brother Linfa, what the purpose of asset declaration?
You want me to answer?
Yes, I just want to know. Because the reason
Okay.
why I asked this question here, somebody said they declare asset, they gave you a brown envelope. You know what in the envelope they say that asset declaration. So I want to know
Okay.
what the
So
purpose of
if
the
I try to answer the question, and
uh,
the reason why Liberians are holding the president responsible to declare asset is because we employ him to work for us. So, Paul,
thank you.
you got your company. The company here, you make me the B-man for the company here, and the company get plenty of money. I can play all the B-man. I will be the B-man for your company, even though the company for you, but they play you put me. All the money that coming to the company that you supposed to own, that my hand can pass through, right? And that means play with
That's
all
right.
the money. That means you can buy, that means you can receive the money from customers and everything. So you employ me. So one of your requirement is, or if I promise you, I say, Paul, they draw looking for if you employ me, I'll be very fair to you. I'll not steal one cent. Okay? So in fact, you gotta know, I will let you know everything that I get before you employ me. So when you finish employ me, then you already know my value. So the day I've been working for you, and one day you sack me, then you want to know how much I was making compared to the time I was working for you, the length of time I work for you, how much I have accumulated in terms of properties and money. So that's the sole purpose, so that you, the employer, will know what your employee. I mean, you, the employer, will know what the employee worth, so that the employee, if he does any mango thing, and he get money on the side that belong to him, you'll get to know, and then you, in turn, can either decide to take that money from him or prosecute him. So that's the purpose of assets declaration. Tell your employer, this is what I want. This is all the thing I get. I get house, I get car, I get airplane, I get ship, I get everything. So don't think that because I'm working for you, that one may I get this thing. So know that I get this thing before I work for you. Simple. That's it.
Thank you for the clarification. So assets declaration. My president, my uncle declared his asset in a brown envelope that the employer don't know what's in a brown envelope. And we should
Hmm.
take it on a face value that he declared asset until I see what's in there. Then I know he have declared his access. But it
But
can
you see,
be
I will play.
blank.
I'll play. There was advocate for your uncle tonight. The last time he said, "Let me declare asset." They may declare asset. Then he said, "You must see again."
No, but look, I can come and give you some kind of envelope seal up and say, look, this is an envelope here, it's sealed up, but I got everything in it, but you're not allowed to see it. That means nothing in it until you open that envelope, take out what is in there, and then we know you declare asset. So for the time
Yeah,
being, you have not declared anything until
yeah.
we
But you
see
see,
it because
the
he made a
declaration of
promise.
asset, the
Listen now.
declaration of asset is not also intended for the people who supposed to declare the asset to print out everything and stay in the street and be divided. John, come for your own
No,
copy.
no, no, no,
Yeah,
no. Look, live for within the information age. This is not 1965. This is not 1950 when women started working. This is the 21st century where even the women in the village, they all have mobile phone technology. It's electronic. People will read it. You cannot say, look, we accuse George we are obeying what 40 now condominium because he did not declare asset. So if you give somebody a blank envelope and say it's there, so Omer Barry can go and build 10,000 houses in Nima County that favor him and made him president. And we cannot say where he got that money from because we don't know what he came with. He told us he was broke. So until we have that information that yes, the old man was broke, like when that crocus Darren Dillon came up with $3.85, and we know today he get 200,000 plus in his account. At least Dillon was able to show the public. But why is it the president made a commitment? Day one, I will declare my assets. I will tell the people how much I got. And he failed to do that. But until that envelope is open, is published, then we know he declared his assets. So for now, I think it's just a bluff. He just gave a naughty blank envelope until we see the information in it. Then we cannot hold him to both because there's information that been out there, and the day he declared his assets, that information we got on him, we cannot do the comparison. For the time being, he have not declared asset. It's just a bluff.
He has actually declared an asset, but another thing I'll tell you is that the asset is not declared to individual; it's declared to or to the what's the group name? The LCC, right?
He did give the blank envelope to the LACC that
Yes.
responsible. But
So
what I'm
it's
asking,
the LACC that we're supposed to hold responsible
no,
to
no, no,
publish.
no, 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 no. Me and you employ him. Let's be fair here. We are the employer here. We employ him. LACC is being employed by us. We put him there. We stood on the line in the hot sun to vote him in. We need to know what he bringing in onto the table, not giving something, say, oh, hold this and keep it in the vault. The day I leave, you say, yeah, declare asset. No, he didn't
Okay,
declare asset until we
let's
get the
welcome a couple of people
information.
here again. We see our own man Flomo, 8,700. He's all 8,700. Right? He's always there. He always comes and accuses we the diaspora Liberians of being troublemakers. And guess what? The guy living in the diaspora too. So he's included. So the good thing is that we all in the same box. And then let's welcome our own man Chala Eloshus. Chala TV is doing extremely well for us from Liberia. A lot of people are logging on to Chala TV to watch the show from Liberia. So we want to give that credit to Chala TV. And someday you're going to see Chala on this show. Arrangements are going on. He may be one of the panelists here whenever he has the opportunity to join us. But tonight we're talking about a host of other things. And first on the plate is a declaration of assets by President Joseph Newman Boakai. My colleague Paul has a different version from it, and I have a different version. The first thing I want to commend the president for declaring the assets, right? Because that's a promise he made. Now, and on the point that Paul is stressing, I think it's very important as well that you are the president. If you declare your asset, the moment you become president, there is no more secret about you. I think the only secret you have is when you dream, because you sleep alone, and in your sleep, you alone dreaming. We can't see it. But anything about you, even if we want to know the kind of food you're eating today, we have the right to ask what type of food our president is eating. Is it healthy for him? If you're wearing some clothes that we don't like, we want to know why they put that kind of tight suit on you, or some see-through clothes on the president, or some heavy clothes that the president cannot even breathe. We need to have access to all of those things. So the moment you become president, you become public property to a larger extent. You no more hold any anonymity. You become public. Okay? Like I said, besides your sleep, and besides what you're thinking, because what you're thinking, we can't see it. We can only imagine what you're thinking, but we can't see it. And when you dream, we don't see what you're dreaming about. So to some extent, we have the right to ask if you publish your assets so that we'll know. Let us know what our president have, so that when our president leaves, we're not accusing. You see, George Weah came to power 3 months later. He began to break down his old house, refurbish it, build some places for his 5, some places for the 7, for the 9 condominiums, and it's still doubtful. If you ask me, I can't tell you the source of that money, because people had different notion about George Weah. Even he had all that money, why he didn't build the horses when he was not president, but he became president if he built it. So the suspicion will swell and swell and swell, and people will build their own conspiracy theories around that and carry the story as one. So you, Mr. President, like Paul is saying, I think your asset declaration should not only stop to being to being declared, but let it be made public. Because in any case, my friend, Mr. President, you got Liberian people who are bodyguards to you. And no bodyguard to you, they got friends, they got relatives, they got friends too, and their friends got friends. So we'll eventually get to know what all you're doing. So there's no need to hide any information. So, but first and foremost, let me say thank you to Mr. President for declaring the assets. And Paul, you got any advice for the president? I mean,
Oh,
besides holding him accountable, you got any advice for him when it
the
comes to
thing
asset
is,
declaration?
when it comes to asset declaration, my uncle, my president, says something. He come with integrity. For over 40 years, he has served, and this man, he come with good reputation. So he was going to be the different, he wouldn't be different from we are. That is, he was declare his assets to know what he come with. He come with clean hands. So if you post on the brown envelope, so the LACC by this time now, it should be on the internet by now. So we can know what he have given them. You because opening your envelope say, yeah, this is where he declared, and just a blank statement. No, we want to see. Then we know where our uncle brought onto the table. So when uncle is leaving office, if we want to question and say, uncle, something went wrong, we have all legitimate right to find out what went wrong. So this is why, for better Liberia, good governance that he spoke of in his inaugural speech, good governance, that is good practice. He should lead the way. You see what Jara is saying? He should lead the way and lead the way.
He probably made he may as a public. He
No.
may declare it.
So what's in it?
Okay, listen to your man Flomo. Flomo is saying, did you watch the access declaration?
We
The
got a
LACC
video here,
opened
Flomo.
his files and caused all other members to see it. Now Jala, you see, you think you're making a point. You may be making a point. The point Paul is making, Paul did not say that the LACC members did not, because of course they have. If you listen to me earlier on, I told Paul that it is the LACC that the president or that all the people who are declaring their assets will declare to. It is also the LACC that we Liberians can hold responsible and say, come and show us what the people gave you. So, holding the president responsible or all other person responsible for making their assets public, for me, we how can I say, we holding the wrong person responsible. The people who should be holding responsible should be the LACC, because they are the ones who are empowered to receive that document. When they receive it, let them make it public to us. You see, you understand? This is my point. So, Jala, well, they got 10 people in the LACC that opened that file and saw it. Did you see it, you Jala? Are you a member of the? I mean,
No,
not
it's
Jala.
Flomo.
Sorry, Flomo. Did you see it? You didn't see it. You saw them doing it on the TV. Okay, I didn't see it. None of us saw it, and it's our right to know. That's what we're talking about. So, who if 2-3 people see it? Does that make my grandmother in the interior to see it? No. So we want to see it. And the only person, the only group we can hold responsible is the LACC. Let them publish it, because this is not no secret document.
That
welcome,
institution.
Jima, and sorry, Paul, you come in. Jima, welcome. Jima is a technical man. He's been working in the bank, like something. I know Jima got some things for us. So I want to say welcome to Jima Kamara. He's the technical man here. What do you have for Jima? You gotta work on your, technician. Oh, you get problem. Taylor,
I think you hear me well now, yeah? Hello?
Yeah. Taylor,
Welcome, brother.
good travel for yourself.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I just got it lower sometime. Just before I say thank you for having me back again after a couple of times. Just a note before I say thanks for those who are watching wherever you're watching us. And also a big thanks to Jala TV for carrying this life in Liberia. With regard to LACC, one thing we should know, like Alexandra Coleman Joe, which is the LACC boss, was today they officially closed the asset declaration, just for some background information. And out of according to the story from the New Inquirer newspaper, one of the newspapers in Liberia, we expect out of 94 existing ministries that should be declared, 56 refuse to declare their assets. But then, like you said, for LACC has a responsibility to set a date to make those assets declared public to Liberian people. So that's what we are waiting for. So we should not jump to the gun. Let's wait and see what they have to make it public for us to see what is in there, from the president down to all those who declare the asset. So the government declared, first and foremost, we should also commend him for he declared assets, and it's up to LACC to tell us, what is in our assets. It should be made public to us. So we're waiting for the date. They have not given a date yet, but they say it will be published. It will be published soon. So just another background information. On that note, we have other issues here. We're talking about the something a kind of a newspaper link for. If you ask me to tell you what we have that Sarah, Sarah, what the lady name, the designate for foreign ministry, Sarah's Unity, Beslo Yanti. Well, you know that we have in the news today what happened to a confirmation. We're also talking about GM, the genital mutilation program. Like we're also talking about the new ID card scheme program. All in the newspaper, we'll be looking into those from the major headlines in Liberia newspaper, guys.
Thank you and welcome back to the program. So thanks, and also thank you for the clarification on the asset, because that's what I want to see, what's in there, and then one can critique what's in there. Or for the time being, we just leave it as a face value that until LACC come up with the publication, and then we know our people are now speaking through the power, or they're going to do the right thing, good governance. Until
I'm
that,
I'm with you on this, Paul. You know the thing about it, Paul, is this. I'm with you about not only that, not about the president. There are other. If you look at it, 94 ministries will feature ministry, existing ministry that should be able to declare the assets, and only 56 refuse. So you can imagine how many declare the assets. So, but what are they doing about it? LACC today officially close the declaration assets today. So nothing will be done but those who refuse to declare the assets. There was the existence of LACC, the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission, So, and not only that, what happened when Julia was in power? None of those guys declared assets, and it just nobody cared to talk about it. And I mean, we should commend Omenjo for doing this for the first place. Then I think his officials should follow suit. But unfortunately, today was the day that LACC closed the declaration of assets for government officials. So it will be fair for it won't be fair for those who declare the assets. And some who should be doing it not to be done to them. So if those who did not declare the asset can be punished or be reprimanded for that, then it will set a precedent for it that you should declare assets in the country. But nobody's taking action on this. I think the House should be able to enforce this. So make sure that Liberians officials that should declare assets should make it official, or it should be a criminal act. If that happened,
yes,
then there's a case that if they refuse to declare the asset, then they should have you'll be reprimanded for it in a way that you face some kind of penalties. If that happened, all those should be declared as should be able to do it. But now, unfortunately, they didn't do it, and nothing going to happen. Those who didn't do it, they'll be left alone. Those who have done it, we expect LACC to tell us very soon when the asset will be made public for you and myself to know what is in there. But just to let you know, as Alexandra Coleman Joe, who is the LACC boss, today said that no more they will be accepting declaration as it's closed for today.
Oh, but did he say why
so
it's closed?
another thing is because people
Yeah, it's official because there was a date set for it. Today was the last day that Sorry? I beg your pardon, I didn't get that. Could you say that again?
Those who were appointed, they work at the will and pleasure of the president. If he can declare it, I said he should be the one to tell his people because he's the boss. That I declare is like my workplace. If I do something wrong at my office, my boss will tell me, say, if his boss kick him, he come to kick me because all responsibility. That means those who behind me, they have to do the right thing. So if he declare his asset and the rest of the people refuse, he have the right to call on them and pour force. Pour pressure.
I don't think anybody is refusing here.
Yeah.
Yes. Declare the asset. I refuse them.
According to the story from the LACC, like 94 possible ministers officials to declare the asset. 56 refuse to do that. So you do the math for yourself. So definitely people refuse to, those who have done it, refuse to do it. So what happened, those who refuse to do it? And the question is, nothing will be done to them. And it becomes a norm. It becomes a norm in the country if government officials who should have declared an asset are not doing it. It's a matter of, it's cosmetic. It's just, we want to declare our asset. At the end of the government, consider the next year after the turning of the old Mr. Boakai, and with those who the ministers that are existing ministers, we expect all government officials. We ask them to, how much they hire in terms of assets or audit How can you prove it? They didn't declare asset. Georgia government did the same thing. They did pass. Nobody questioned them. They came and go, and nothing happened. So it's a time now we should be able to say we want to audit you. We want to give account for what you've had when you were before you got into power. How did you get them? How did you acquire the wealth? So it's our responsibility. Since the government, the good news is Mr. Boakai is coming to power to tell us we want to set the precedent in the country that people should declare the asset. You should be able to tell the House to be able to enforce it. That we should know this. It should be a precedent in the country, part of the Good Governance Commission law to make sure that we respect those laws put in place because nothing happened. They were all joking with it. I mean, they joke over intelligence. The Guia government came and joke over play over intelligence thing like, we were not Guia did not declare. So if the boss did not declare, what should I? So the idea we should be able to declare assets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, just before we go further, let's let it's indirect link with what you saying, Chima, that um the people are refusing to declare asset, but here the lawmakers are pushing for their own audit.
I think, yeah, that's yeah.
If they are pushing for their own audit, if this goes through, that the lawmakers will be audited. So don't you think the rest of the people who
I think the thing you could see what good thing about this. Problem we you and myself now in Liberia right now is a much of a drama in that place right now. And if you see the house, opposition in the house is taking a full swing right now. And some new faces in the house want to make sure some guys acquire wealth they acquire is not the legitimate wealth. So they should give account of it. While others will say, you know what, those guys are in there. Let's make sure. You see, if you look at the newspaper headline, the butchers finally succumb to audit. Audit? That means they are butchers. So they're pushing for them to get audited. So somebody is pushing this idea and that is going well and it's succeeding. This is a question mark. The question mark could end up saying, well, they have agreed because they push for them to accept it. They should lay the groundwork for others to be audited. So somebody is doing this job. We don't know who's doing this, who's behind this, but somebody in our house is pushing for the audit. It could be the new election is changing a lot of things in our house.
the newly elected speaker.
Yes.
The
No, it's not.
speaker
It
is
could not be
pushing.
him. It could be other people. He was in there before. It could be other people that just got on board. We just don't know who's doing this. It could be other people behind this that are saying, you know what? These guys acquire a lot of ethical wealth and the illegitimate wealth. Let's find out how did they get them. These guys are on the face right now. Probably the speaker has been pushed to make sure that if you want to lay an example, you should lay, but you should set the example. So this is the reason he's going through it. We don't know who is pushing this, but somebody is behind this, making sure that this happen. And if this happen, this is a good house we're looking at. And a lot of things are going to happen. If you put this guy to text and make sure they are audited, a lot of things will come from that house. And this is why you should have a balance and a good leadership, house. But you see what happened? Paul said something earlier before I came on. Brown envelopes would never finish in Liberia. I think the confirmation also happening. Envelopes are exchanging hands right now. You don't know. This is what happened. It's typical in Liberia politics. Before something got confirmed, is the committee will hold on to your confirmation paper before they're not going to tell you. They're not going to tell you. That's the thing happening. Your confirmation, most guys' name came out, they have not been confirmed. The committee response for that particular ministry will tell you, but you need to see the bosses and see something. If you don't, you want to blow your own cover, it's up to you. But I'm responsible to confirm you.
This is a wild allegation. No, we have no proof of that.
Oh man, this is typical things. Paul can support me on this.
I think
This
I
is
can support Jema. Even those who got jobs, their appointments, there were envelope given to people close the
So who now?
look.
But
those
you
who
know how it
responsible-
works in Liberia, brother.
You know
like
exactly how it works.
will
So
tell you before your ministry get a budget confirmed. You need to see the head of that particular whoever's confirming that something at the house.
some people already got
every
rich.
every ministry every
Flomo wrote something here. How do you guys look at it? Does it make sense? That the reason why, I think that's exactly what you want to say. The reason why the LACC will not publish anything now is that they need to verify the assets that people have, declared on paper. They need to go and check, do on the ground check to make sure that these things that exist on the paper actually exist in physicality. So before they can publish it, because they don't want to just take the paper value of it and publish it. Then when you go look, they find different thing on the ground. Do you think it makes sense?
I do definitely agree because they could even say that they don't have it, and they could present it to the people. I mean, to the house on paper, or to LACC on paper. Say, all my wealth is about 5,000 US dollars, and that's it. If you take down the face value, you're not doing justice to the people that you're going to publish to. So you need to go. There must be a team to assess to go and verify those properties that value that asset. So I think it makes sense. If I think I agree with Flomo's comment here. They need to verify to say does it worth that, or they say probably they'll be honor give it honor value the property or overvalue the property to say what you got. So it could be that it should be a team that will go and value that asset to see it does that worth what you're telling all you have. So I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
And that could also.
What do you think?
I think I agree with Flomo here because what happens, someone of got some document too that want to, that's why I say it should be public. So now we can verify if some of them have offshore account that they won't declare. This is where LEC will come say, but how come you declare all the but we know you get account in the Bahamas? So we want to know all of these things. People can't just come and give like what Darius did on day. He said he only had $3.85 and nobody went behind the
No, but the message in the first asset declaration, it was 45,000. Then at that time, the house was not having fence. So now he finished fencing the house. Then he declared the house. He said that for the
38,000. Yeah.
Guys, I want to raise an issue here. I think for me, I'm not more concerned about it. Could be the importance of asset declaration could be a good thing, but then what happened if I consider Jamal has become a minister? I like my present asset will be like 200,000. After I become a minister, a year or 2 3 years later, I'm worth over $5-10 million. How will you assess this, and how did I acquire this wealth? How does our question is the question? I want to put a question. Give me a chance. I want to put a question through. Anybody that who watching, or you can answer the question. The thing is, he has to do the why these asset declarations. I mean, on paper it sounds fine. Before you become a government official, you declare what you got. When you finish, you want to see what you have had, what you have acquired. Then, what much of if you have acquired something illegally? What happened on ethical way of acquiring these wealth? What has happened to those people? So it's just it's just cosmetic. You're coming now. Just lay my tongue. I'm gonna give you so you know where I'm coming from. The argument is this: you say, "Oh, the asset declaration make a noise." No, I'm just saying that I want you to go back to George Weah. Nothing happened under George Weah leadership. He did not declare assets, and he came and went.
He did,
right? Where George Weah declared assets? I don't know.
Yeah, but we didn't see it.
Okay,
that's the point.
That's why I'm saying if you declare it, LACC should have had it published. That's what I'm saying. So if it's not published, it was not declared. Definitely, what happened? They did not declare. Can he be held accountable for this?
That's my question. Let's draw a line between the two here. It's declared, but it's not published. This is
that's not declared. No,
it's not declared.
Listen. You go back and read the document that brought LACC into existence. It will tell you why LAC stands for. LAC definition of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission work is whatever you declare assets you make public to the Liberian people. They make that clear. Not declaration in the back door. It's not declaration. Why you declaring? No, that's the question I'm asking you now. That's the question. If I did not declare assets, what happened to those who refuse to declare assets? That's the question I'm putting to you and the public right now. Let's discuss this. Forget about
you raise a different point, and then you asking different questions.
Two into one.
Yeah, the point you raised. Okay, I will address before I address the first point you raised as to whether you have $40,000 and then when you became minister or something, and then I became
$5 million worth.
Yeah, just before I come to it, let me put out this question by Chadera Brown. What did she say? She said, "How will assets be verified? Investigation or the person should provide proof." Now, so you are telling us that Mr. A was worth 30,000 after he became senator or representative. In 2 years or 6 years, he became multi-millionaire, right? Now, The question is, how did he get our money? So this is where
That's not what the question I asked. That's not what I asked. I said if somebody became something after he got something, he refused to how do you call it?
Declare.
Declare, he refused to declare assets at the end of the day. What happened? Those that why the government is not verifying those who after they're existing, they're leaving the government. Why the government is not verifying them and bring to those and verify what how did they get it with? That's the question I asked. Not like the
so
other way
then when,
around.
when you raise the first point, you raise the point
Mm,
as to somebody becoming multimillionaire when
mm,
they were not multimillionaire before the
mm.
beginning. So the person who refused to declare asset, or the person, because I want to get it straight.
No, okay, sorry, I'm gonna repeat myself. I will I 5,000 wealth when I become minister.
Right.
When I'm leaving the government, I'm more than $5 million worth.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Then they found out that oh, this wealth you got, it was not legally acquired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What happened to me? There's any system in place that can verify that after verifying that and give the required punishment or require let me what do you say that who what are the consequences after that? That's a question I want to ask.
Okay. So you want me to address that question?
If you can. I mean,
Okay.
anybody
So
can do. Anybody watching right now. It's a question
yeah,
of
Mr. X was worth 40,000. He became minister. After 2 years, he had 100 million.
mm,
Now, the bigger question that everybody will be asking is, how did Mr. X get all the 100 million when he only have 40,000 in 2 years' time?
mm.
So then, how to prove it is a question. You are asking, how do we know? That's when audit will come in, and that's the right procedure the government is starting with to audit people. First, declare your asset, then we'll know what you get. So when you leave it, we'll audit you. See it? So that's where audit becomes very, very important and very necessary, because you want to answer the purpose of audit is not to just nab people, you nab them, then you grab it, you put it in jail or you restitute it. No, you want to know how they got it. So maybe when our poor are having 40,000, I begin, I begin senator. After 2 years, I got 100 million. Maybe the small money you'll pay me, or keeping it or investing it. Or I have friends who are open business together with and we're making profit. Okay, so you ordered me
So
to, the purpose of the order will be to trace my
You're
financial.
not answering my question. That's not what I'm trying to
so
say,
so
guys.
when Jamal is saying he had $40,000, he didn't declare his assets, and now after 2 years he got over 100 million. So how do
Yes.
you determine? Because he didn't declare assets again. Say,
I
but
did for the
I
first
know
year, I
that.
did not do it. That's the question I'm
So
asking. And what can be
Yeah,
done
but
to know?
okay, so send a man declare assets. So who will hold you responsible?
you can't hold him.
That's the
If
question
you
I'm
can say I
asking
have no
everybody
money,
now.
you see,
That's
that's
the
the
question I'm
point.
asking now to you.
Yeah, you
You know
shouldn't
what?
hold you responsible.
So this is why we talk about Joshua did not the asset was not made public, and now before he became multi-millionaire, and not only he other government officials they became multi-millionaire after becoming minister and not then declare assets. So can you say, oh, yeah, you didn't have that money, you had that money before? Why you got this money from? I would say that I got family inheritance.
No, but you can still order the person. We got bank
How?
account. We get bank account
Which bank
reference.
in Liberia? Come on, be serious here.
No. But you just say that you
So
can't. There are banks in
so
Liberia.
Forget
I
about
mean,
money. We are not look when we talk about asset declaration. Asset is not about physical cash, brother. Asset about
and
value property. If you talk about asset, it's not physical cash in the bank. You should know that. We talk
yeah,
about
I
property.
agree. I
So
agree.
assets, as the physical cash is a part of
Money,
the
the
assets.
cash in the bank is also part of the asset. But I
Yeah, that's what
agree.
I'm saying. But it's not a me one. You can't put
Yeah,
not
but
put a million there.
let's
So
let's say.
can bank account be the one to verify that that's all? If we can't, but I got
Yeah,
property
but
everywhere.
okay, hold on. It can still be verified
How?
that, yeah. Before, we all know that George we have one house on 9th Street and he had one house to rehab.
Hmm.
Okay, then when he became president inside, so we'll go back. I mean, there's way to find out.
How?
You go back first, you look at a bank account, how much he had before he became president with two horses. Then you start the audit from there. How much you were making every month. Then
That's not
you look at the value of the
so
present house, the horses he got.
so Linford,
before
do
Yeah.
this
you
now.
know,
This now all this.
Linford, if Joe will have account in Cyprus, you
Mhm.
know that he have millions of dollars in surplus. You know that? You wouldn't know. Do you know that
Okay,
Joe will
okay.
have
Okay,
when
but
you
let me
know
ask
that
you.
Joe
Let me
will have
ask you also.
SA in
Yeah,
Italy,
let me ask
you
you.
wouldn't know.
So
And
what
he
about the
does
man?
not declare, you
Yeah, but what
wouldn't
about the
know.
man who will declare his asset? He got OC, he got 10 OC account, he named them in the asset. He only gave you the one that you able
Yeah,
to see. So what do
this
you
is
say
what
about
we are
that
saying.
man?
What we are trying to say here is like what I've the question Paul asked you, still not answering the question. If you don't know the question, let's move on. I'm discussing not only because you answer, you're not the one in the hot seat here. The question about we want to put to Liberian, like the issue we are doing is it declaration of assets cosmetic or is it something we are also, we are realistic about it? Because the fact of the matter here, you're telling someone to declare assets. The past government did not do it. Nobody talked about it. They were never boo ha ha about it. And now the old man came out, he said declare assets, and he left his most ministry according to the LACC information. Out of 94 people, government officials that should declare, only 56 refused. So you can imagine, do the math. So more people did not declare the assets. So definitely, what will be done to those who did not declare the
But
assets?
can you also declare asset or else
Coming now,
without one
they are
they be
coming.
disgraced.
Are coming. One question we want to know because that's the one question. Second to that, what about those who refuse to declare the assets? If nothing happened to them, and nothing happened to them, those who, and they after they when they leave the job, if they leave in the job, if they have left the job, will you be able to? How can you verify the assets they have and be able to, if it is to legally verify what they got? So it's a complicated story here.
Okay, let's put it this way, right? Let's put it this way. That the people, I think the 94 people that were supposed to declare asset, and about for some will declare asset, the other 50 something refusing. The people that are refusing, if the government means business, you can dismiss them. They don't work. Let them go.
That's what we're
Hey,
saying. Yeah. Who is responsible to put those enforce those things? Because we
the
want the government
government,
to make
the
it a
government,
criminal act.
the
If
government. The government is the biggest share in town here. So, Paul, what do you think? Who's supposed to do it? The government. Because it's the government that is asking them to declare asset. So if they refuse
So
and they are
you
working
see
for the
this,
government, right? If they refuse, then they let go.
yeah.
Simple.
So Linford, you see the point I was making earlier on. If you campaign and tell people that you'll be transparent, you come with good governance and all that, these are the fundamental basic for good governance. Everyone under your stewardship will declare their asset. You declare every it must be public. So because why you say you have worked for 40 years in the ministry that you work, you have never one day took pencil from your desk and took it home. So you are clean. So that means declaring your asset. I came to this work. I came with one copy book will say I'm leaving with two copybook because I got paid overtime. Then we know that clean government. But the fact is that people refusing to declare if nothing is done. So if somebody at Freeport, for example, that is sent to Freeport refuse to declare his asset, and then over time this guy living with over $5 million, you cannot trace it. The man say, "Well, I had the money before coming into office." So declaring assets is a good thing for the country, and not even just the executive, the legislature also. Those guys that were voted in District 2, District 3, District 4, all over the place, if they were community leader, what they bring on the table. If they live in want to know what they're living with. So that means they beat elephant meat in Liberia. For some reason, at some point, they need to start cutting the elephant meat so all Liberians benefit from it. But the fact is, the elephant meat keep cutting it. A lot of people today, young girls pushing wheelbarrow, said it quick come on. And this is the purpose of this government coming to power with clean hands, transparency, and accountability. So all of them need to declare their asset and it need to be public for people like us that know there's some hidden agenda, and then we can feel satisfied, say yes, they declare their assets. So until it's public, they have not declared their assets.
Okay. Good argument.
Jamal, you muted.
19 government institutions
yeah,
did not
that's the story.
comply.
That's a lady there, guys. That's Sandra Koma Zoe. 19 government institutions did not comply LSC ends as this declaration exercise. So if you look at it, out of 94, 56 refused. That means 38 declare. So look at what happened. This is what she said. And end the exercise. So they don't want anything. That's the boss of that. This is the head of the LACC. They call Alexandra Coma Zoe. She said that it yesterday, today, which is the 9th of February, they ended the declaration of access. So what happened to this? What happened next? What can we do? Should this continue? This is not my story.
Okay,
This is from
I could propose to the government what happened next.
okay.
Because these are you see that they say exit declaration exercise, exit declaration, not entry, not the new people that are coming in, but the people that are going out. So if they refuse, they are Liberians, number one, and they work for the Liberian government, and there's a new government in place. If they refuse, the government can pursue case against them. You can sue
Good.
them.
That's what I want
Yeah,
to hear from you. That's my
yeah,
point. So what I was taking, I'm team with on the same line that we should be able to make the government should be able to make it as kind of a criminal act. If you refuse to declare assets, it should be considered as a criminal act because LACC was put together as an act. It's an institution came to it made by the act of legislature. It's an institution by itself that it had an act was declared it was established on the act. And there was some amendment made to make it more workable, to make it more functional. Therefore, if the institution exists, it's about how we can stop corruption in the country. And if they're not paying attention to what this particular institution is doing, what is the idea of speaking against corruption in the country when you can't even listen to this institution that is existing to help us to end at least massive corruption in the country? This is the story. This is what I was talking about. This lady, just a newspaper, was just today's story from the Inquirer newspaper.
yeah. So I think the only answer or the only solution to that question is, or to this problem is, those because this is exit declaration that you are in government, you living now, so can declare what all you got. But then, in fact, even if these people declare, they don't come back to the same question you and Paul were asking. How do we know what they had before and what they get now? How do we draw the line between the two? How do we know? Because they
Yeah,
didn't declare from before. It's just like
that's yeah.
I come in your school. I start from 12th grade. Then I graduate in. But you won't get my transcript from my other school to make sure that I actually pass to 12th grade. You only
Exactly.
accept me after I graduate. I go in there and say, "Man, can bring your 10 and 11th grade transcript." Oh, then why you accept me in first grade in 11 in 12th grade in the first place? Now I finished graduating. I'm going. Then you want my document. So I
Yeah.
think the government and the only thing the government can do because government is continuity. Government is the sole authority in Liberia. So if you work for government, no matter who was president, you are being paid by the people, the taxpayers' money. So if you are exiting and you need to make report and you refuse, the government can pursue case against you. But again, the government will have to be careful in that respect because the people who argue, how do you know that they didn't have this before I came to power? Because nobody, they didn't declare to anybody, nobody audited them. When they see,
Exactly. That's the point. Exactly. You see? So, and you see what Flomo is saying here?
yeah, but has Nathaniel refused to declare his assets?
See? So, no, my brother, Labra is another case, man. I think asset declaration is a good thing for the country. I think this will help if it's started well and going forward, it will be good for the country because we know overnight people come to government less than 3 months they build mansion. And you are not living in mansion before, but 3 months in government you build mansion. What
My
that
man,
money
they're
coming?
working.
But your salary say cannot build mansion, my brother.
Oh, the man
Look at
saving his salary.
it's maybe 3 months. You see, so those are the things that we're talking about. And as a declaration is quite a good thing. It makes the country to survive. That the money that the government will save, and that will help me. See, I'm one of those people that hate to see case setting cold water between cars in Liberia because when group of people come to power, they suffer the rest of the people. And these are the things that we need to do. Declare your assets. So when you live in government, you declare how much you got to say if anything more than what you have will go for you. And if we know that something going wrong, we'll seize it and give it to somebody, give it to one jackpot to live in it.
I
So
think
it's a,
I think what I want to support here is that we want the government to make that as a criminal act. If the government officials that should declare an asset refuse to do it, they should be reprimanded for it, and they should be sacked. They should not be given the job. And if they should set a precedent, that's what we need to do. Because if we talk about anti-corruption, this commission will put together as an act by the House of Legislature to 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 I mean to at least minimize corruption. We're not going to say prevent corruption. I mean
yeah.
eradicate corruption, but prevent and minimize. I don't care what you do, cannot eradicate corruption. We can minimize it. If the committee was put together to do that job, they should empower this committee to do its work. That is, the rules and regulations are the first and foremost you need to do is you need to declare access before you become the government officials. The trust should be established. The government should be able to put this as a priority number one. If government fails to do that, then the government is off for joke. The government is off for joke. They should be able to help these people. Yeah, that's why we should be talking here. That the house should also support this argument that tell the government the three branches of government should be able to make sure that this house, this commission, or the Liberian Anti-Corruption Commission or committee should be respected, and they should be given all the tools to work. All the
you
tools
know,
to work.
it's a little slippery slope to walk on. Like
Mm,
again, let me remind you,
mm,
the people came to power. You did not audit them. You didn't know how much they had. They didn't declare asset. They are
mm.
leaving. Then you wanted to declare asset. So they will tell you, this is what I got. I had this before I came here.
Yeah,
So how do
granted,
we verify that?
Lynn, for what we are saying, George, where government has been the past. Now it's the past. Now we agree that has happened, nothing happened. This should be a start. So from there, what Paul just said to you, Uncle Joe came to power to start everything afresh. So he should lead the example. I would declare my assets. Those who should declare, they should declare asset, or you go to jail, or sorry, you will not be appointed, or you will not get a job, or you leave your job. We'll ask you to resign if you don't declare your asset. If you
Many,
lay that condition, that's the starting point.
yes,
That's the starting point. Then at the end of the day, if they leave the job, then you can audit them. I agree. You cannot audit me. I didn't know why you didn't do at the start. When I leave, you want to ask me what do I have?
So then let me ask you one question. Then we're gonna put this particular one to rest. The now president Joe Boakai, when he was candidate, he said you audit the outgoing administration, which is weird, right? So with this new complication that we're finding out now, do you think it's going to create a deadlock or a roadblock for auditing the weird administration? Because nobody, for sure, nobody got a record on all the guys, the Kweji, all the guys. To
I want to,
see,
yeah,
uh-huh,
I want to be the first. Paul, I want to come here later. There are
yeah,
two things here. Let's make it clear to one another. Two things here. The
okay,
government Liberia is not going to go for after individual. That's a job of LACC. The government of the George Walker government is going for the government of George Weah. The consolidated account, the reserve, and other things that you can audit. But LACC job is to individual. They should declare their assets. There were the issue. There's two different things here. We should make it clear. LACC is telling you to declare asset at the start, and LACC had is in power, is close with the authority to investigate corruption cases, to make sure if submit it, recommend to the Justice Ministry for prosecution if necessary, or to take on the case. But the government of U.S. government is a responsibility of Mr. Joe Barker to say, before we take over, we want to audit or we want to review what you give us. That's the government. So two different things here. So it's not, don't complicate it. It's too easy to understand. That's they got the right to say, before you turn over to us, what is given to us, we want to see is the right thing you give us. Like you spoke of.
okay.
There was a
Let's take the last part of your explanation,
right.
where the LECC has the power to go for individuals that work within the government, right? So if the LECC begins to, by power of, because the government will have to mandate LECC to do that. So if the LECC begins to go after individuals, and these individuals say, well, no, listen, we had these things before we came to power, and nobody can deny because nobody audited them from the start, or they didn't declare asset to anybody from the start. So then how can we solve that problem?
This is easy thing. There's an obvious question you're asking. LCC were created by an act. I want you to get this. LECC was created by an art. Before you
I
ask this
agree.
question, you should read this out. What are the rules of LECC, responsibility of LACC? LACC has a right to, if a corruption case is that if they've been going after those who've been found guilty, but they are not how do you call it, enforcers of the crimes. The result of the case. What they do, they will make sure they do their job as created by as anti-corruption commission. And if they do that, they will recommend to the ministry or to the government, this should be done, or this is what
No,
happened,
no,
this we have
no,
seen.
no, no, no. LSCC have been
Sorry,
given a
I'm just saying,
proper.
I'm sorry. I'm just want to make it clear. They will just get a report to the government. This is what we've seen so far. That's why
No, they have been given prosecutorial power. They can
I'm not
prosecute.
granted, but then
So
this is what they
do
do.
you remember a scenario
Then you
that
saying
took
the same
place?
thing I'm saying. Then you saying the same thing I'm
Honor
saying.
George, we are government. You remember the LACC went after few individuals, and then what happened? And those individuals were key members of the executive. When we are then had a retreat, I think it was in Buchanan or somewhere. After that retreat, they asked all the LACC people to resign because they didn't want LCCP to go after them. Remember that? So if Omer Boakai, my uncle, the way he set the precedent now that he declared asset for his government, let everybody do the same. And then when they leave in office, they can also tell us this is what we're living with. And that is a good thing for the country. And not only the executive, but the legislature and the judiciary should do the same thing. All of them.
And in addition to that, Paul, and in 2022, there was an addition to LECC Act amendment made where the whistleblower was added to the part of the power.
Yes.
Whistleblower. So LECC is a powerful institution, but we should give them the requisite tools to work. We are not helping them. We're just making them as a jokers. That's the point we're making here. LECC is a powerful institution, very powerful to help us to prevent and reduce corruption in that country. But if you take that as jokers, without those guys, something. Look at somebody said here. Look what happened here. We want to put what Flomo said right here. Nathaniel McGay was quick to do his drug test, but refused to declare his assets. This is what Flomo said. So what happened to this guy? He refused to declare his assets. Well, after he leaves power, what's going to happen to him? Like you say, Linford. So why LC is not being helped to enforce their work, to do their work? Big boys are not declaring assets. So why, if I'm a small boy, I'm worth 45,000 worth, 5 years later, I'm $5 million worth, so you able to come after me? We can't come after big boys like McTan and McGill. So it just is not done. That's my point, guys.
He followed up with this. You see what he said there, Jamal?
Well, okay.
And just what he said, for those who refuse to declare that asset, he should withdraw that nominee or get them resign.
Yeah, force them to resign. They're just taking these LACC as a joke, declare as anti-corruption, all playing this. Anyway, that's Liberia. Paul always say it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's Liberia. The children in Liberia can say it's too is Liberia. So it means it is where it is. Linfa, what's next?
Okay. I don't know whether Chimasi has anything about that one newspaper clip here that I wanted to put out. If I can find it, I hope my son. Okay.
It's about
before you put your newspaper here, I want to ask you a question. Your former office, ABS. Do you know this guy called UG Fagon is the new director over there? I know. I thought on that said now I don't know how Lifa will be feeling because LBS with good reputation, and then you have this guy go over there. You might be drinking some cold water in Norway. They're meeting you. What the hell have happened to your institution? Before you put your clear, I just wanted to rub that in your face and see.
I don't.
And
I was at ERBC, but I don't own ERBC though. But
I know, but I all institution. I just want to rub it in your face that.
Yesterday I did a whole podcast. I did a whole podcast on that. Let me just take down this thing for now. Let me take it down for now. Boy. I did a whole podcast on that stuff, And I started by giving my own history, how I grew up inside my heart as a journalist, and then grew up literally in a media institution like ELBC. Not working there, though, but I grew up there because I did a lot of things there before I started working there. But the thing here is, the ELBC that I used to know, and one of the things I discussed yesterday in my podcast was some people don't even know how it began LBS, Liberal Broadcasting System. It was ELBC. Long ago, we had ELWA and ELBC. And you see the letter, I mean, the spelling, EL, that's a call letter for Liberia. So even if we have airplane, with the number, you see EL something, something, something. So the RTU, the International Telecommunications Union, assigned that EL to Liberia. So we have ELBC and ELWA before ELCM Community Radio came. Now you have all the other one. I record themselves. Okay, so the ELBC that I knew before it became LBS, and it became LBS because of the LRCN that I was working with, plus the television. I actually wanted to incorporate everything. That was between 1982, 83, and there was an act in passed to create the LBS. So it became a broadcasting system. As you know, a system is comprises of units, right? Several units. So Eugene Fangon, the ERBC that I knew before I started working there, Eugene Fangon will not even be a reporter according to the standard that those guys had. I'm telling you, living true. Eugene Fangon will not be a reporter, a cop reporter. I think his greatest opportunity would have been maybe to be with the OB crew, or to be, say he's interested in broadcasting or in talking, to be with the OB crew when they go somewhere, he be cable man, towing the cable, or maybe when they mounting the microphone and other thing, he holding the cable and mounting. That would have been, and that's what some of us did for some time. Okay, that was a starting point for, and that was very those days. I mean, by you just being with that crew, you'll go outside, like, let's say on the football field, help out Grace there, they announcing, they commentating the game, then the wire, the people walking over the wire, you go, you leave that wire, you put on the other side. But man, what? They saw you with ERBC crew and you lifting that wire and you go home, you be bored. You know what I mean? So to see my institution where you can have Anyton Dick and Harry become director general, and I will tell you when Ahaji GV Krumah was director, because that's a man under whose regime I worked. Ahaji GV Krumah was president in his own right on that compound. When Krumah is coming, any other car that was in the vicinity around there will go. Anybody who are walking in a compound loitering, you're supposed to be at work and you're walking around, will go. That was how disciplined ELBC was. That even if Ahaji Krumah will call meeting, he will come 30 minutes after we all are seated. 30 minutes after we are seated. Because he will give everybody ample time to sit down. When he comes, if we sit down, you want PB, you go PB. He will tell us. You want PB, you go PB before you enter. When you enter, nobody walking out. We have a meeting, you ask to pay question, they will call your money. And I remember certain instances where two different good instances that I remember. One, there was this guy working, I think, in the technical department. And this guy was addressing one former representative of Nima County. This guy did not attach a title, honorable so person. And he addressed the man in like that. Krumah asked him, he said, what the man in? He called the man in like that. He called a secretary. He said, Margaret, cut $10 for the man. He said, what the man in again? He said three different times. They cut $10 for his salary right there in the meeting. And that would be effective. No joke. The second instance I remember was Mr. Krumah told all directors within ELBC that you are head of departments, television department, news department, technical department, blah, blah, blah. You have the power from me. So you're supposed to tell your people, do this, do this, do this. You don't go there and tell them, say, Mr. Krumah said you should do this. So am I the director general and then also doing your job? So he empower or he said, you're working in the various department. If any director come and tell us, say, Mr. Krumah said, do this, come straight to me to my office reporting. I'll call him money and add it to my money because I'm doing a job. So you see, things were in order. So for you to have a loud man, a loud mouth guy who has no media background, and there's nonsense people talking like, the administrative job, you got to have technical skills in that, or some skills in that particular area before you go. For me, it's bullshit, because You can't take an idiot or an ignorant that has no media background, not in the print, not in the electronic, and you put into places like ERBC. What Eugene was doing at information ministry is quite different from what happens at ERBC. ERBC is not that loud most place where you go to talk. No. Okay, you are managing government policy over there, and all other political parties, the Liberian people. Okay, you disseminating information to them. So we will see how it's going to work out. I can't jump the gun to say that he will not do a good job, but the Eugene Fangon I know from his past performances at the information ministry, some of the things he did, I know if he continues, he will be a disaster. Because the first thing he might bring down a fat infection, which is against the rule. He will not work there. And he might be going around boasting, I'm the director general for ERBC, because he used to do this when you're deputy information minister. This is a guy who on his way to work one morning, stopped at one school where a student had problem with the school administration. The student, the school put them out. He was supposed to go home. He stopped, he intervened, he forced the administrators right in front of the students, he forced the administrator to take back the students in. Something that he should not have done. All he had to do was, talk to the school administrators in the absence of the students and say, okay, you know what happened? I'm deputy information minister, but I can talk to my colleague, the deputy minister for blah, 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 at the education ministry. They are responsible for this. They can come and have meeting with you, or you can go there and you can settle this thing. Instead of doing that, he intervened and started shouting at the people, and the poor teacher then had to put the students in. The second thing he did, he was in Morocco, traveling somewhere. He met up with a group of Liberians who had some difficulties. They had been at the airport for about 2 days. And he got there, he started boasting, shouting at the people, oh, I'm the deputy minister of information. Hey, why you got people here? I'm not saying it was wrong that he intervened, but the manner in which he did it, the Moroccan government gave a damn about who you are, whether deputy information minister for your country. You are in their country. And he was lucky, like I said yesterday on my podcast, that boy was lucky that he didn't try that thing somewhere in Asia, like Thailand, a small country. You're going to tell a story like those two maritime guys who are in jail now. Because in Asia, you don't go and try that nonsense, especially black men. Who the hell are you? You can't go stand in front of people and tell them you deputy. You'll find yourself behind bars. Okay? So, this guy will have to refine his way of doing things. But if you carry that flamboyancy at the ERBC, I'm sorry, some of us will not keep quiet because I know the in and out of that place. I may not know all, but I know some of what happened there. Thank you.
So you see, it's good you put this up, Jamal. The reason why I throw that in, I wanted before you talk, I think it's misplaced here by the mama uncle. The Eugene Fagon. He have no administrative skills behind him. He just allowed more talk. So, Linford, I think I agree with you. I think it was misplaced. They have no reporting him over there. They might just allow more. What have he managed before? When he was deputy minister, he just caused a lot of trouble. That's why he ended in jail at some point. You remember the American wrote against him because he was travelers. Is that what he became over there?
I think the president was thinking wrongly because of what Eugene Fangon did during the election, where he sat and he talked, he said he was selling Boakai, and he did, and giving a kind of gullible society like Liberia that we have, the people, the way they think one way. So you got a lot more guy like Eugene Fangon. After causing Joe Boakai, he comes back to sell the same Joe Boakai. They're supposed to read between the lines. Why is he selling Joe Boakai? Exactly what he was doing is what he got. He wanted a job. This is a man who lived in the most advanced country in the world. I go to America all the time. There is a newspaper in America. It's not a newspaper. It's a job advertisement paper. It's called the Green Sheet in Houston, Texas. Okay, the Green Sheet, just a little pamphlet. They got all jobs there from A to Z. The only job you can find that pamphlet is the president, government job, like president, vice president, senator, no. But all other jobs, some job you can do it today, you get paid today, you go back if you want to. This man lives in the great United States of America. He's not working. He does not work. So this kind of man, you take him to placing to that kind of strategic area. But Joe Boakai is thinking that, ERBC. What Joe Boakai is thinking, I'm sorry for him. ERBC is not a place where he's supposed to take to be government mouthpiece. Information ministry can do that. That ERBC.
Absolutely.
That's a state media institution. Okay? And people that work over there, they should not owe loyalty to any party. Even if they can vote, but they should not take their feeling and inject it into what happens in the institution. So I think Joe Boakai will be disappointed if he thinks that that's where Eugene Franco will go to blow his horn, even if his government is not doing well, that Eugene Franco will make the people to believe that the government is doing well. That's lie. He could do that better at the Minister of Information, Deputy Minister for Public Affairs, where he can talk unlimited, unlimited talk. Yeah, so that's it. I think Jima have been around the media for a while. I think he knows that what I'm saying. Some he knows. I think some he knows some are true, not all. But I'm not lying, though. But I know Jima knows some. What I'm saying is real.
Thank you very much. You know, uh, it's a sad story for Liberia.
Hmm.
ELBC, we talk on this platform before how why the Liberian institution, the Liberian government, past governments are not giving credit to ELBC, LBS, I mean, Liberian Broadcasting Corporation, which include ELBC and other institutions. And we mentioned some great men and women that went through the corridors of ELBC. They went through the corridor of LBS.
Hmm.
We still have our hats up to them. I can name a couple of them. So I grew up enjoying, admiring the profession of journalism. You know, I got into love journalism. I learned it by the way, and I got paid from it. I didn't go to school of journalism, but I got paid for it. I became one of the journal editor, one major newspaper in Holland. In Holland, and I also worked for a lot of radio stations across the country.
Hmm.
But you know, because of love of the profession. So if you want to be in that profession, you must have credible people that know what they're doing. You know, I put this story out. You will see what is here. We know the story. Not anything personal against Mr. Fagon. But I think it's Paul said it's a misplacement.
Yeah.
It's a misplacement. ELBC set up in 1968 or 60, I think in the 60s. And ELBC has been, or LB has been, Liberian Broadcasting, which incorporate ELBC, have been a great institution that produced great men and women in Liberia. I will just mention one. We talk about it. People like the recent chairperson of NEC, David Ede Brown. We used to call David
Yeah.
Ede Brown. The younger sister of Martin Brown. I mean, those are great people. We got names who can sit here and name from now to 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll be naming great people that came through the corridors of that radio station, that particular institution. So if you put a guy like this to run it, who has no credential of managing a media institution, because he's a loudmouth, he can sit on Facebook and speak for hours, then where are we into? I mean, I think he's want to reward the guy for shouting on the Facebook, on the social media. That's the only way he can just be rewarded. I think just if we want to give him a job. But one thing I tell you, you know what? Because all the past governments have been downplaying ELBC, LBS. They don't give a credence to LBS. So they say, well, let's forget about set our own institution. So if you set our own institution and forget about ELBC, whatever form gifting, that's it. It's been poorly managed. It's been underfunded. And the people that are professional people, our station, just to make a reminder here, the Liberian bottom line, the bottom Liberia, we always connected to ELBC news. Every major news being relayed through our online radio. Because the credit we give to our national radio station. If you listen to our online radio at 8 o'clock, which is Liberian time, you will listen to ELBC news, that major Liberian news, whatever we've been doing it for over years. We are not relaying any other radio station as ELBC, because that's the government institution and that's what we believe in. But if you put somebody who has no credible record of managing his own house, I mean, your house a party. We know what happened from the show of Edwin Snow. What happened with Fagon or Edwin Snow when he got jailed for insulting the senator? I mean, the honorable man. Coming down to what just Linford said, he went to a school and he displayed the attitude there. You don't do that, and that's a concern that could be passed. But now look at the people the institution is going to. You could give him a rewarding with different ministry job in the Ministry of Information. Not ELBC as the director of ELBC. That's not a place to joke, man. That's not Facebook. That's not Facebook placement. This is where the government should. But anyway, government is downplaying ELBC. So this is why they'll put anybody want to just turn their back, give ELBC job. Who cares for ELBC anyway? So this is how they're looking at. But it's a mistake. I think you need to reconsider that decision and put it somewhere. If they want to give you a job, put it to the Ministry of Information, found somebody to replace it. Look what he said. We are sacked him because he gave misinformation about the government. He was at the Foreign Ministry. I'm sorry, he was at the Ministry of Information, and he was not the spokesperson for the government. He was not Minister of Information. He was giving information out there. We shouldn't be doing it. So what more should we got to ELBC? You'll be speaking more than the newscasters, because he loved to get on our Facebook and just swear and come out rubbish. This is what we expect here. So I think the old man should, whoever made the nomination, should be thinking right and reconsider his nomination and give him some kind of job at the Ministry of Information and put somebody proper at the at ELBC, so we can have a better broadcast institution for our country.
Well, I think hold on, before you ask your question, me interject something here. I think the old man should have created a loudmouth industry. Say this industry is called a loudmouth, so Eugene Fagon could have a loudmouth industry instead of putting the EBS to go take it down completely, because that's what I see. They may have not even managed I'll call Kentucky Fried Chicken to go over there to manage. I mean, it's just a sad day for Liberia on this one. I don't see this happening, because he's going to meet intelligent senior journalists over there, and they will clutch.
Listen, before you, because you work with this station, you worked there for over years. I want to tell you something. If you're watching out today, have the opportunity to listen to ELBC News. If you're a person who listens to news and listen to other news radio stations in Liberia, there's a distinct difference. The difference is just, you could see the professionalism, that the way they relay the news, the way they just present the story. I mean, it's just unique compared to other radio stations that are up in that country. I'm not saying they're not doing great. They got a sense of professionalism. We relay ELBC every 8 o'clock, major Liberian news, 1 hour on our own, the Liberian bottle, because of the art of the professionalism they exhibit. And this is what we expect. Somebody of a good character, somebody that can compose himself well. No, when we talk about Double Jalan went as the head of the National Commission General for LRA. Yeah. There was no argument. People said, that's the right person. Everywhere you ask, they said, this guy knows the job. He will be the right person. Questionable character like the brother sitting here. I mean, I don't know him personally, but if issue, it's not the right place for ELBC.
In the first place, I want to get some clarification, because the LRC Senate Press Bureau Director nominated to replace Eugene Fagon. Where is he replacing Eugene Fagon?
No, this is an old story from 2021 under we are government. When Eugene got sacked, when Eugene got sacked as the for the Ministry of Information.
Okay.
This guy
that's a good reminder that they pull up
they brought him back. This guy is he's a BSc holder, mass communication at University of Liberia. And he went there to replace him at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. When he got sacked, because George sacked him. George got sacked because carrying misinformation about the government, spreading information. He's not even the proper
about
minister.
COVID-19 vaccination.
And other stories are coming up. He's not even the proper minister to be giving information on air. We had a story with the late what is his guy name? Who used to be? It used to be Joe Mulba, and the story was one time Joe Mulba together with this guy, the Sano County senator, the then senator, was in Neto Teje. When there was a conflict in that ministry, where who was the spokesperson, you could see something, but at the end of the day, Joe Mulba prevailed. Because he knows the subject. He knows what he's talking about. We saw that happening.
And you remind me, at that time, I used to be with Joe Mulva. That time we had a ministry briefly operating from Broad Street there, where they used to have Broad Street Elementary School. And Milton Tiaje was deputy minister, right? Joe Mulva, minister proper. Milton Tiaje would come to work at 10 o'clock in the morning. He had all a group of Ulimbo boys behind him. And then Joe Mulva, being so easy guy, he will come to work at 8 o'clock. And when Milton came, then you say, boy, hey, you're going to call me Joe here. And you see Joe getting all going. So we're getting vexed. So one day, one of our board put it to Joe. He said, Mr. Minister, you can't let the deputy minister be calling you, be walking there. He's supposed to come to you. Joe said, gentlemen, your leaders here will handle it. So we're all getting disgruntled. Until the thing escalated. It went to Taylor. Taylor got to hear, boy. So Taylor said, okay, Joe, to call everything short, I'll bring you to make you press secretary. Let Milton be the minister proper. So, but I will tell you something. This mistake that Omen Joe Boakai is making, uh, he's still in a campaign mode. They probably, I look, it's not only the president. Most of the United Party people probably they didn't believe that we are going to win. So even after winning, they are still excited. They're going attacking people who did not win. They attacking communities, they attacking all the other opposition leaders. Nobody can post anything. You post anything, they come there and attack you. They don't know that they are government now. So Joe Biden still feels that he's in campaign mode, and so he looking for somebody to be strong for him, somebody who can talk for him. So he'll say, okay, Eugene Franco can go to ERBC, but that's not a place to do talking that we're saying. Is that is place for professional people. It's not place for talkers. The people you hear talking there, they talking, they making sense. You hear somebody talking whether they are on the television or they on the radio. They producing program, they reading news, they doing vernacular programs, or they doing commentary, something. They're not just sitting there and talking and impressing people. So like somebody like Jamal said, he might meet professional people and they might be clashing, and something will happen. And trust me, what I'm telling you, I've not seen Eugene Franklin before, but from whom what I have seen of him before, he may not survive that place. He will be removed. Trust me, or else ELBC will be going into disaster.
I think,
Unless
yeah,
it's not to the standard it used to be. Of course, it has not been in that since the wartime. Okay, but if that's the ELBC, because I still imagine, like even up to now, I've been out of Liberia for a long time. So all of my old friends from school or from childhood, they wouldn't picture I got my hair for them is what the old day picture. So when I see some of that picture now, I say, what? So they made it when it is. So I'm speaking from way by ELBC experience. So I don't know whether it stayed the same, but if it is still the same or it has any semblance of what it used to be, then Fargo might not make it for long. But if it is just another thing like another office or something else, so good for Fargo and good for
uh,
GMB.
they think, Linford, the thing about it is like, we just agree that ERBC or RBS, consider what would they use the word interchangeably, is in a bad state. We wanted the government to come in to make it good. We'll be speaking at Kim's. I want to remind us of this. We'll be speaking that the government state-owned radio station or TV station or broadcasting station should be revamped and make it better. So it can be the mouthpiece for not only the government, political parties, all the library institutions, because it's taxpayer money. We wanted the government to come in to fix this. You don't want to put somebody there to mix it up, to mess it up. So it's a sad story that we want. It's a bad news that we have somebody coming who has no idea to fix this. So if you like, look at what it did. Oh, I may not know Charles Snyder. Charles Snyder is also working in the Omer office. People like that who don't have argue. He may have his own issues. But if you have had Charles Snyder to run ELBC as a director general, not only to run ELBC as an institution, there may be some improvement. He knows what to do probably because
Yeah,
he
because
been in the.
had Radio Monrovia before he
Not only
ran
that,
it.
Charles has been in the media. He's a media person.
Yeah.
He's a media person. All right. He brought in as ambassador at large in the office of the president. Okay, that's fine. But then bring somebody, a lot of qualified librarians in the area of media.
What about this boy, Patrick Hunter?
Patrick Warner. And they got people like Azir Ray still there. He running the real communication. He been with it over 20 years. Almost 20 years running the thing. He been with the he was the head of the director of press and public affairs at the House of Legislature. Then he came back to work. He working at ELBC as director general of the radio communication. Now he's been there, was using, grew up. There are a lot of other librarians out there too working.
That's my boy. That's my boy. I say we
there
brought
are a lot of
Asif
people
into
there.
the
There are a
water.
lot of Azure grew with people like he was the same guy with the late Sigmund Johnson. All those that people who don't know that working at LBC right now, that we don't know them, they can run that station without even bring somebody from outside. So it's not a fair thing to run this. We need this station to be revamped, put together, and it can be the librarian own media institution. Stop looking at the Spoon Network as a means source of government voice. Stop looking at those Facebook guys who do want to be journalists to come and put microphone on the telephone to your mouth so you should say something. We want a proper institution. Liberia is the only country right now in that region that don't have any institution like media institute, television outside. You and myself can see from the diaspora. Sierra Leone has. Like Ivory Coast has, Guinea has, who else in next to our neighboring countries? You can stay here and tune to those stations. Flip your television here, you will see what's going on in Liberia. But we have to go to Spoon Network to get our stories. We wanted somewhere to work our Liberian broadcasting system to make a better, we want a better television station. I mean, LBS there.
Now take down this thing. Let's progress because
So,
every time
so,
I
so,
see you, I
so,
get mad.
Jamal, before take it down, and what I want to add to what he just said, that institution LBS, they have their structure in place. You need somebody with a vision to go there to revamp the whole thing. Remember why I said that when we're kids, we watch black and white television, the analog television those days. We are in a digital age. All of those infrastructure is still at LBS. It cannot take a lot more person that don't have vision of his own, that everything about him is just good. He's the most no person. He will have this certain thing that he will talk about, that he's the whole of we are government. They were what? He said they didn't know book. He's the only one that knew book. That's the kind of person you go put to LBS that have no vision. That place you need somebody who a proper administrative person who have vision to revamp that place, and that place need money. And I think the government should have prioritized LBS more than. So maybe they just take it to be one of those
Yeah, but
kind of side.
I can also tell you something. ERBC or LBS might just lose its
Yeah.
standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the thing here is, I think all of us here we belong to the past. We've been all the picture we have for ERBC is that picture we knew, and it was some 30, 40 years ago, right? That's what we talk. That's the context we're talking from. Now we are in a new era where every time Dick and Harry has some cell phone with him, he can stand anywhere and become a journalist right on the spot. Accidentally play, he gets there, he's the first to post, and he scoop the news right there. So you know that's why I agree when you guys say we need a real visionary person to take, care of LBS so that they will bring back the picture or else. But man, I don't need LBS to get the real information. I got one Joe Blow on Broad Street who is on the site of an accident. He going live. I can follow him. I'm gonna go follow ELBC. Press conference taking place. One John Paul is there. That Paul son, calling John Paul. John Paul there doing live. I can follow him. I'm gonna follow you. So and let me tell you, what we're doing here, the podcast we're doing, is very important in broadcasting. Eh? It's called visual communication. They see us. So even if we're talking stupidity, the eye will fool the people for them to tune into us. But radio broadcasting, you got to post something on the radio to make it interesting, such that a guy who was reading or correct novel, love story or something, or a guy sitting now with a newly formed girlfriend, that you convince him because he not seeing you, but you got to convince him. So you got to create good story. You got to be creative to capture the listener's mind. So, ERPC will have that competition, and I think they've been having it. You got several radio stations in Liberia, it was ERPC and ERW. Now you got, I think, almost 400-500. Okay? So what difference can ERPC make? So you need somebody with vision. Then you go compound the whole situation by taking a Eugene Fangon or Sparta storyteller to carry into place the ERPC. So they will just lose their relevance, and there might just be some kind of place where people can go to work and spend 8 hours and come back and get some money. And that's what government is all about in Liberia. Like every other ministry. Go there, sit down there, spend 8 hours, get from there, you get paid at the end of the month.
Yeah, okay. On this note, I want to just talk about since the minister, the president has nominated Eugene to go. I think it's in the hands of the confirmation committee, and to put. I hope they will listen to what we are saying and also understand that the need to revamp that particular institution to make a credible institution, to make that institution a vibrant institution, and if you go to ELBC website right now, UG is not even mentioned there as a plan, as an ELBC director destiny because they don't see it as a story. And anything to be, sorry, I'm sorry about that. Like I've been, oh yeah, that's correct. Thank you very much. You see, so and ELBC, we wanted to be like They were, I think, in 2008. I got some story like Linford said. I'm a little bit because I follow Liberian news a lot much. And 2008, the Chinese came and built a new something that we can connect across the country, just to get ELBC going so far. And ELBC, you can't just no whether we are in the past or not. I want to just mention about BBC. BBC became one of the news aggressor gatherer. It's one of the world noted radio, TV and radio station. They got more than 10 different BBC. One, two,
Mhm.
three, four, five, six, BBC World, BBC this, BBC that. Even to the point that they created news for called Focus on Africa. People in Europe producing news for we getting our own story. That's how much organized they are. And it's an institution by itself. It was an art that created this BBC. And BBC then looked after by the citizen of Britain, UK, because we pay every month from our pocket. Something
Yeah.
like we pay almost like £20 every, I mean $20 US. Every household must pay.
Mhm.
So there must be a way to build that particular institution. So we shouldn't look up to Spoon Network as our main source of information. We got people there that people are paying, government's paying the taxpayer money. Why are they turning their back and put people there that don't even know how to run their own house? So I mean, let's
Yeah,
look at
no,
other
but,
institutions.
it's a good question you're asking. But I will tell you, ERBC, in as much as I can, let me be also fair. If I drop back some 30, 35, 40 years ago when I was working there, or 1980, I started actually working there in 1988. And ERBC, yes, they have brought a new television station. In fact, it was still being constructed when I went there. And then while I was there, it was completed. That's when they brought all the state of the art, where they used to mix, they can
Yeah,
mix with pictures and things,
yeah, yeah,
you know. Mhm. But ERBC was not stay up to standard, I know. And I was working at LRCN. We had state of the art studio. There was a kissy boy that used to do the program Newsbeat. Chester Bongon. Chester will always come to me because I was responsible for our studio. Okay, as a production assistant, I was the last man in my system. So I had a key to everything. So he will go on Newsbeat, collect his clip, he'll come to me, then we edit for him. Then it will go on Newsbeat. While the news is going on at 7 o'clock, then we're on our way home. Okay, here now. Then we'll start somewhere, we cool up, we go. So they didn't have that equipment. So we had all the state of the art equipment as LRCN. And I'm telling you that it was because of us that they had to incorporate us into ELBC to make it LBS. Now, so this will come and take our Maranzes and our editing machines and things. So ELBC have always been at the state-run station. You mentioned the BBC. The reason I'm giving this story is the BBC. Even when I was studying in the UK in Southampton, right? They got BBC Southampton. BBC is called BBC Solent. Okay. And they are independent of the government. So it's the citizens of Southampton that sponsor that whole group. Maybe they get sponsorship from the central. Okay. And we as students, we should also pay towards that. You see? So it becomes viable. They're not depending on government. But here you got ELBC as government stations, quote unquote, and the same time waiting. A government doesn't get a budget, they can't buy any material, they can't buy equipment. So a good torso and torso. The
yeah. But
professionals are at
mm,
ELBC, but how much support does the government give them? That's one thing
yeah,
we need to look at.
yeah. Thank you very much. Point. I know we want to. This is very important. I think we've been saying that one time we'll find a time to discuss our library media institution, and this is very
Mhm.
important because it's a very, very it's a tool. It's an institution that helps the librarian to know. It's a watchdog for the country. ERBC, what are we talking about? There should be that's what Paul and you and myself we are saying here. We should put a person that will make that institution a viable institution. One thing we do in Liberia, we just want to be a journalist to just gather news and read. You need to be a marketer, a businessman, administrator, a news gatherer. You should be a complete package.
Yeah.
When you present, you're running a team like some institution like ELBC because they give you to manage your project to a standard. Now you look for cooperation outside. You look for international connections. You look for people, local styles. You develop your skills, your professional people, local skills. You develop that. How ELBC, how did BBC got something they support? You can put a proposal to the government that every employee got at least pay $1 to ELBC. Then what happened? ELBC is committed, accountable to Liberian people to deliver us the story. You cannot tell me If the government does not have a budget for ELBC, wait for the budget to pass, then the ELBC will be accountable to the Liberian people because every employee is paying $1 to make that institution survive. Then we got all the equipment, we got all the professional. They had the opportunity to go outside and learn and got better training and come back and got television station and got radio station across the country. Want to reach across all Liberia. Then we can have opportunity for political parties, not government party, other political parties to have their voices on the radio, on the television. It's not happening. During the campaign, the campaign, ELBC won the one that was at the back.
During the just elect campaign, how many other political parties you heard about on ELBC? I didn't hear, maybe because we're not in Liberia, but
no, we listen to it. Not few.
Yeah.
I listen to ELBC every day.
ELBC should be the one to hold debates and all that because it's the national station for everyone. But now they have a banner ELBS just like that, and to put the UG Fagon, it's just going to go down the hill. Like if you went to sleep with
make a 488 degrees, so that one blow the paper man.
Then you put it.
You know, it can be a loud mouth. You got your empty vessel. I don't know, loud mouth because they're afraid that if they don't give him a job, he's gonna be shouting all over the place.
Yeah, he will get back on their bike.
I like George Weah. George Weah sacked him. He's saying going on the medical mission. He said you're not feeling well. If I'm gonna go and have some treatment, he said himself. I'm quoting him. He said you have sickness. He said you had you were diabetic during COVID period. They went for treatment. From there, they just announced the dismissal. So he didn't come back for how many years? He was shouting, nobody listened to him. If you listen to him, because they're afraid that if they not give him a job, you'll be back on that Facebook, calling all things that never happened. Oh, I got the information. I'm going to give you latest news. What is that? Now man, it's sad for us, man. It's sad.
It's really sad. Let's progress. But see, the good thing is, they think that pregnancy, you can't go by. We can't from any from going there. We see how you perform. I mean, I wish him well. He performs well.
Oh, great. Please. I like Paul's statement. The Christmas that would be nice. Paul, what do you say?
If the eve is good, the Christmas you enjoy it. But when the eve turn like this, man, y'all get ready for. There'll be noise and noise. That UG are gonna see. Look, think on this. ELBS, Lone Star playing. We watching KMTV and they using smartphone to show us that you cannot see one side of the pitch. ELBS have all of these things set up. So you need somebody with vision that you send there, and that person now will say, look, this is what I want to do for ELBS. But people that are loud more who get out of it, he said he went to some university and over 18,000 students, everybody knew him. That kind of person. That means the Kingston University that went to the have over 50,000 students with my loud more, everybody knew me. Kingston, complete Eurodab, the Russians say Eurodab me, bullshit. That's the guy you put an ELBA, he'll just be going around and play boasting.
Let us give people that chance.
Linford, because of the importance to the media institution, we'll come up tomorrow, I believe. I don't know what they're going to be on. If you're not in, let's put the other story to tomorrow. Because time is fast, we're almost 2 hours here. Let's end this on this ELBC thing. It's down to everyone out here. We've been talking about it, and we should not sweep under the carpet. ELBC, LBS is being down look on. It's not being given the proper look, and we need to be singing this song. We need to be crying the fire. We need to be telling people.
I even said it tonight. Some of us will not sit down to look at our glorious institution go down the drain. We'll talk. I mean, that's much we can do to talk about it.
Like if you're creative, we say something like, probably when the things have changed. When you are not performing well, you see proliferation of other things going out. Like you see all news, people coming up with all the newspapers, Facebook and stuff, because you don't have the state of the art technology to compete. So ELBC will be in the background.
Yeah, it will be in the background.
That's what happened. When you mentioned about Alaji Kroman, when you talk about his attitude, when we brought the new Action News.
Yes.
Action News.
Alaji Kroman was the man that instituted Action News.
People like Benin Kima, like Charles Bayo, Kwame Clement.
Paul
Gbin. What are other names? There were names. Max Willie.
You
Those are
have,
name. When
you
you talk
know,
about, I got goosebumps. You know, this is what I brought when I
Aaron
used to
Colley
people.
coming up as a,
Oh my goodness,
but, I mean, by
Aaron
way of
Colley. Now
information,
he's there.
Charles
Fine,
Okono.
that's
yeah,
one
me
of the
and Aaron
person.
Colley were the two youngest there, and then
Ma-
Deviator Brown was also
eh,
young.
oh, by the way, talking about Aaron, he's staying in Liberia, manages the one
Yeah,
station.
Aaron has a radio, a television
He,
station running now.
but it's at the lower level. Nobody know about it. Bring the guy by. Those are the guys.
No,
Those
no,
are the guys.
it's I think it's among I don't know if the top 10 in Liberia.
Yeah, but it should be the top. Bring Aaron back to ELBC. Those
Yes.
are the guys
I
that
mean,
run
plug
that
Aaron
place.
up, say, no, you've been managing your own small team, but can't go to ELBC. This is a boy that
And
started from
change the whole
scratch from
thing.
Haywood
Yes.
Mission. We all left Haywood Mission. In fact, Aaron was in 11th grade when you were working at ELBC and giving news.
Charles Netter was ELBC Director General before,
See?
right? Will Everett Brown. Like names over names over names. So great people. Those
But even
actually,
they were more, yeah. They won Chassis Perfect right there in Liberia. And they other one Fanny Co Wifa. Fanny Wifa is in Liberia.
Technical Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
Yes.
why
Yes.
can't take these
Yes.
people?
we had a couple of reps. They got talent. You
Yeah,
don't
we
have
had
to be.
a teacher at university.
They not have to
No,
be
that's
head.
not in Liberia.
They can put a committee together to tell who to run that station. You don't need them to be the head, but those are the brain. They can put together people like you got guys like what the old man name Warity. All those guys are there. Why you do
Yes,
help them to put
Lamini
the head
Warrington.
together? Put that to the board of the ELBC to make it to put the brain to make that. How can we make that like institution a great institution? You don't need to be that old school anyway. You want to, but you still want expertise. Bring them on, man.
Yeah, but
Man, just
I mean,
change
GLB
ELBC.
come from the old school. Look at the composition of his transitional team. Look at the composition of his office staff. They are all old boys. So I would have thought that what he's saying, he would have tapped into the old brains and said, "No, you guys can be on the board. Decide. I know some of you are approaching retirement. In fact, even in retirement now, okay, but go together, design a program, refactor out this ELPC, wake it up from its slumber."
And I think they still got that network. They can talk to institutions outside that can work
Yes,
partners
they
with
got
Liberia.
contact.
They got partner with Liberia to rebuild that institution. They make it a fabric in the West African region. But you know, private institutions are getting better. They are even getting better equipment, better professionals. And I remember one time when this guy, Robin White, went to Liberia to help train some journalists as well as in Sierra Leone. And they didn't give him, they were training the Liberian professional journalists. And there are a lot of people out here, professional journalists out there, they are not Liberians. They would love to offer to come to Liberia and train. I mean, people are like, that's why the diaspora got some part to play.
Yeah.
You will talk to institutions, you so recommend institution to go to Liberia to help our professionals. And instead of giving it to some kind of, I don't know, they just post, I mean, I don't want to speak something here. But
When I work at LRC, and all of our trainers were from America, Sinclair, Sanchez, and the rest of the guys. And then after that, when they finish with the in-house training, then we'll go to Holland or Germany.
I think Peter Toby came to Holland to do
Peter
a
Tobin
NAMA
was
training.
in Holland, or this boy Chester Quenner remained in Holland when they walking. They were supposed to come back July, and I was supposed to be going, and then they walking. They say July. I mean, they were supposed to come back September, and I was supposed to be going September, and they walking July. So we always had people going, people coming, people going, people coming, and that is what makes the institution viable, because people going and coming with fresh ideas. But you got these little boys. Anyway, this is what we have. And like Jima said, we don't need to waste all the time on this thing. We've been here for 2 weeks, 2 months, two hours. Sorry, man. I'm so disturbed.
Paul Job changed the whole story.
I feel your pain for your institution to go down the drain.
Yes,
I feel your pain, Valley. Yeah.
Paul, you're right. The reason why I get disturbed and why you should feel for me is, my man, you know how long it took us to be employed in that. You know what we passed through. I mean, you meet a man at Team Mano Clark Williams sitting down and probably looking all your glasses, looking at you, say, my young man. You say, what's your name? I remember you trembling. He says, you will tell you, stand to the door. He said, what's your name? You looking, all our glasses, looking at you, you're trembling. Then you just grab on using for go, who's to say Cassava leaving one African store, then you think to Georgia government, then you just grab and go came to, hey man.
Yeah.
Where are we
And
going? Go, yeah, go on,
If
guys.
I were
Like,
the
where are we
old
going?
man, I would create a ministry called Ministry of Loudmouth. So you get people that UG Falcon, Perfect Keys, and all those people that have been on to just keep them there so they can continue.
By the way, Private Key will still be the cultural ambassador.
Why not? He could be. You see.
But they were not
Anyway, man,
appointed
let's
position,
go.
so it could be. I mean, no, it's not appointed position because Judy Andy was not appointed though.
Well,
well,
Judy any own her own function over there. She only have a wall for people who have who got money. If you get money, she cannot have a program and invite you. So it's all about money.
You
So
know,
all her thing, yeah,
I went with Judy Andy during the kick polio out of Liberia campaign. I still have that T-shirt here from 1997. I still have that T-shirt right here. I brought that T-shirt to Europe. I still have it here. So I know see Judy Andy give in a press conference. Well, recently she was speaking somewhere. She started talking sorrowful way, and they joke again that people recommended me. I honor my nobody. I said, look, when you are there, you talk from the key profile, honor you. But this is Liberia, gentlemen, or those of you who've been joining us from viewers land. We like to say thank you very much. This is the bottom line Liberia. This is where we sit right here in Europe and discuss the issues. We give our opinions. What we say here are the facts. We do not make up stories here. You see, everything we talk about here from the newspaper, we may have even read about it before we brought it, but we look at it from our own perspectives and give our opinions about it. And that's exactly what we do on this show. We don't cause people here. We're not undermining people. We're not digging ground for somebody to fall in. No. So, guys, I think you guys will find a word for our viewers because our time is fast spent.
thank you very much. Thank you again. Once again, thanks to all those who follow from wherever you are. We say thank you, brother on Liberia, and those who follow on the radio as well as YouTube and Facebook. Always share the show and always click on the like buttons. Anytime we come on, you get a notification so you follow us. We also invite you to share your views, your thoughts with us, your concern, and tell us what topic we should be able to discuss. So we can discuss Liberia and always talk about good, like I'm a better Liberia. So this I want to leave you. Just I think we can catch you anytime. We don't want to give you a specific day. We can come anytime because we all want to discuss Liberia. So we want to give you time. Just click the like button. Once you're on, you get notification so you see our live. And please, always, we'd like to have your comments, your suggestion, your concern, and any topic you want to deal into. We owe to nobody. We talk, we discuss it. Anything you want to bring you, we'll discuss it. We fear nothing.
And
Only
if,
fear.
just to add to that, if you live in Europe, you are one of the Liberians in the diaspora in Europe, and you belong to a group, you belong to some organization, what you do in your community for Liberians, you can come to us, we can discuss it because we want to promote Liberians living in Europe. Compared to America, we are the next, and so we are the next generation or group of generations of Liberians living outside. So we like to also make ourselves known. The Bible says God himself say I am. So if you do say you are, nobody will say thou art. So you always say I am. So let's promote ourselves so that people will know us. So all Liberians living in Europe, if you have anything you're doing that you want us to know about, or you want Liberians to know about, you can come and we can discuss it so that we can promote each other.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Paul?
and I will say thanks to our viewer for always being with us. It was good being back on the bottom line, and I think we should be back here tomorrow with another edition of the bottom line, bringing you news from Liberia and also around Europe and the globe. So it's good to be back here, guys. I think it was a great show, good discussion, and I think it's something we need to promote to encourage the government that hey, ALBS they should look at ALBS and put a team together. Even those in the social media lane, people that live for that work with ALBS, even if they can commission a board to bring ideas to revamp our institution, it will be great. I think it was a great topic.
Okay. So I think this is how we'll be leaving you, Paul. Is there anything to take us home?
No, I think just play some of the bottom line stuff, and then we shall be here tomorrow with different news. And we didn't
Yes.
talk about the appointment from the vice president and the
Yeah,
president. They are
the
actually, so we'll
appointment from
look
the
at
vice
that
president.
tomorrow.
I
Yeah.
think you guys can talk about it tomorrow. Or it's very interesting, bro. It's really, really interesting that the vice president will force somebody name to be appointed, and 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 then that person got some bucket of law on their head in the United States,
Yeah,
the U.S.
it's another
government.
State Waterspoon, another criminal.
Another,
Okay.
another. What? But man, so why these guys will go? They do all the little things in Liberia, then they take it across the border to America or all places. Yeah, I wonder because my man, you scared
So
of
we'll
nowhere. You
discuss
scared of
that
America, but
tomorrow.
they play.
No,
So
Linfa, we'll discuss that
Uh,
tomorrow. You see, at
okay,
Liberia,
yeah. Let's talk
America.
about that.
Listen to this before you close. Liberia. So Liberia, people leave Liberia and go to America, right? So this is how I classify it. So they leave Liberia, the small Liberia, and go to bigger Liberia. So there's
Uh-huh.
nothing changed. So when you
Okay,
come from big Liberia, you come to small Liberia, you wouldn't become loud. You see, until
so they're taking
you
Liberia
go
with them to
somewhere
America. Okay, I
else.
see.
Yeah, so that connection. So anytime Liberians thinking, there's no big difference between those that come from America and those that in Liberia. So that one small Liberia and one big Liberia, nothing
Okay.
changed. So
All
we'll
right,
talk
guys.
about
So
it.
this is how we'll let to leave you. And on behalf of the entire crew, I'd like to say thanks for watching. For those of you coming for the first time, I saw some very strange names here tonight. Esther Como, Toby, Rosie, you are welcome. And also there was another guy here, Chops, remarkable energy. There's somebody making promotion here. And also Caroline Gamio and Adibario to Yip. So all of you are welcome. Tomorrow we'll be here. In fact, as long as you like our button, you click our like button, anytime we come, we'll be notified. So whenever you see us on come and let us talk together. This is a new platform, not relatively new, but we are still growing. We are not the 10,000 viewers platform yet, but we do lie. That's why we are not at that stage. People don't let us hear the truth that we talk. They let us go hear the lies. When they say the heaven coming down tomorrow, oh yes, that one they like. But thanks for watching and be with us tomorrow or any other time you have the opportunity to join us and share the show to your friends and give them the information that there is a group called the Bottom Line Liberia and they are based in the European diaspora. Thanks and